Hello and welcome back to the Reapers. Today we're looking at guided bombs, in particular IAMs. Now these IAMs, otherwise known as JDAMs, are GPS INS driven. So they're driven directly by the EGI navigation system of the A-10. They're incredibly effective, and the good thing is, even though it's on an A-10C, they're actually really simple and really easy to use. So I just suggest using them whenever you can. So off to the loading screen for us. We can only have them on the pylons that are programmed to take them, and that is pylons 3, 4 and 5 and 7, 8 and 9. If we go to pylon 3, to bombs, we can see they come in the flavour of GBU-31 and 31 3B. These have been added recently, actually. I haven't used these yet. And a GBU-38. So a GBU-38 is a Mark 82 essentially, which is a 500-pound slick bomb, but it's got a JDAM guidance kit on it, which follows the GPS and the INS from the EGI nav system. And then we've got two big berthers here. GBU-31 is a Mark 84 with a guidance kit on it, so it's a 2,000 pounder. And this here, I forget the name of what this bomb is, but it's very similar to Mark 84. It's a 2,000 pounder, but it's a penetration bomb for dropping on runways, hangars, and stuff like that. So we're going to play it safe and use the 38s because that's just what I've used before. I'll just take a pair of them. We don't need to take any more of that to show off. As well as that, we'll need a way to create a SPI, a center point of interest, and my favoured way is with the T-pod. So I'm going to go pylon 2, lightning pod here, targeting pod.
Request refueling.
Now, while we're waiting for that,
rearming.
let's go and have a look at the controls we're going to be using today. So, drop the weapon, we're going to be using weapon release. To create the mark, we're going to be using TMS forward short. To create a SPI for targeting, we're going to use TMS forward long. We'll be using the master mode control to select to the type of targeting that we're going to be doing. I'll show you that later. DMS left and DMS right to select our relevant weapon profile. Also, to be able to designate a target, or slew to designate a target, we'll need to do these two chaps I'm wiggling here. That is HOTAS slew. Horizontal, HOTAS slew vertical. And that should be our lot. That's our bomb. That's our bombs and our T-pod loaded up. So we're going to go to the AHC panel. What we're going to need is our master arm on. You'll usually do this in the air, but we're going to do it here. Master arm on, and we're going to need our TGP on in this case as well. Next, we're going to need to load our DSMS profiles. So we're going to press and hold stat. We're going to press load. And we're going to move that over to this OSB here. We're going to press load. We're going to press load all. We're going to wait for these guys to be populated. Time skipped, and these are now populated, so our DSMS is now populated with the information of our bombs. We can press DSMS, and there they are on pylons 3 and 9. Each of them has one bomb per pylon. It's a GBU-38. It's aligned and ready to use, but not yet selected. And it's ground safe because we're on the ground, obviously. So let's go and look at the profile setup for these guys now and see what settings we may want to change. So, profile. There's only one profile, which is these bombs, because that's all we've got on our aircraft at the moment. So we're going to go down. We're going to view the profile. We've got our fusing here, and I'm not sure we can actually change it for these type of bombs. See, I'm clicking on to change it, but all we can have is nose tail. That's the only type of fusing we can have for these GBU-38. We've got mode CCRP, and probably we won't be able to change that either. Nope. Usually with other bombs you'd be able to change that to CCIP and whatnot, but in this we don't get to change it. And on change settings here, the only thing we can change is the minimum drop altitude, which is currently a 0, and well, we might as well change it for fun, so why don't we just say 1,000 feet. So up here in the UFC, and we've changed that to 1,000, and we're going to bomb way above that anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Remember, if you ever make a change to the weapon's profile in the DSMS, make sure you save. So that's that change. Note the name of it, it's GBU-38, and back to master DSMS. So that is our bomb set up and ready to go. As you can see, really easy compared with a lot of the other stuff, even the unguided bombs. That's just really easy, which is why I often try to use these if I can. So we're going to take off now, try and find some bad guys. Right, we're in the air now. Now, if I look for our nose, we've got our usual bunch of bad guys, medium armor convoy on that road there. Now, to drop this bomb on that target, we need to have a target set up on the terrain, a SPI point, a sensor point of interest. It's a 3D point where these weapons are going to guide to. There are several ways of designating that SPI. We're going to do it through the TGP because it's just what I'm used to and it's nice and easy. So let's get that done. We're going to unpause. We're going to press TGP. We're going to press AG. And we need to make this SOI center. We need to make this screen SOI center of interest. And I forgot to show you how to do that. We're going to use Coolie switch right long to do that, and when we want to make the HUD center of interest later on, we're going to use Coolie switch up. Okay, so Coolie right switch long, And this is now soy centre of interest. We can tell because it's got the green box around it. We're now going to do a rather unorthodox but quick move of broadsiding our aircraft onto those bad guys and waiting till they appear in the TGP. Where are you, boys? There they are. Ping. I'm going to press TMS up short to lock onto the terrain there. I'm then going to use my target designator axes to move it about to designate our exact target. And that dude there looks like a pretty good target, right? Try and get it perfect. I think that's close enough. Right, so to create our speed, press and hold TMS up forward long, I'm going to do that, and that will create a TMS point for us. Now, just to absolutely double check and triple check that's created it, I always like to nip onto the tab and make sure our speed wedding cake is there, and it is, so we do have our speed created. Next, we're going to head out for about 4 or 5 miles, then we're going to turn around and come back and do the bomb run. As regards for altitude, well, these GBUs are designed to be used from high altitude, that's the point of them. So that means we can go up as high as we want and use them, and it means we can avoid ground fire and light anti-aircraft SAMs and whatnot. So that's good. Don't worry if it's looking through our own wing or our own body there. It won't be an actual problem. Next, we need to select our weapons and get ready to use them. So we're going to make our HUD soy by pressing coolie forward short. This is now, HUD is now soy, as we can see by that little star there. Going to start turning in now because we're 4.5 miles away, as we can see there. Next thing we need to do is select our weapon. Or actually, we need to select our master mode. Make sure we're in the right master mode. To do that is master mode press, guns, CCIP, CCRP. That's the mode we're going to be dropping this in. Now we need to select our weapon profile. We're currently weapons off at the moment. So we can select our profile with DMS left or right. So we're going to go DMS left. And we've now got our weapon selected, our GBU-31 profile, as we set up earlier. So that's us ready to go. We've got some IAM targeted symbology here, but I'll explain that when we're on our way in. So next thing to do is head in towards the target. We have navigation symbology. We have our speed tail here telling us which way to point to get to the speed, and we also have our box here saying that the speed is 40 degrees to the left, 6.25 miles away. If I'm speaking fast, it's just because there's a lot that has to be covered during this. Okay, as we're getting towards the target, we've got stuff we need to talk about. First of all, before we go and drop any bombs, a quick cursory glance at the T-pod. Just make sure it's still on our target and hasn't moved, and it all looks fine. So we need to talk about this symbology now. This is our IAM guidance or firing symbology. We've got, first of all, the SPI, a little triangle here. That's the target on the ground. Then this is the tail basically guiding us towards the SPI, saying the SPI is currently down here. Next is our ASL line here, or plumb line as I like to call it. It's our azimuth steering line. The name of the game is to get this IAM reticle, get the dot 2, marry up with this line here, and ideally marry up with this SPI here. So they're all in a line. That means we're heading in the right direction. Regards to altitude, like I said, doesn't matter. The higher up, the better. We're 5,000, but it could well be 25,000. Then, when we're moving towards the target, we're going to essentially get a countdown, and it's in the form of these two chaps here, these two triangles. That is the minimum range marker for dropping. That is the maximum range marker for dropping. We need to drop the bomb, and we drop the bomb by pressing and holding weapon release button between these two guys. So this chap here, which is going to be our unwinding range counter, at some point it's going to start unwinding, and when it's between these two guys, and these two guys will move, they are dynamic, then we drop the bomb. We push and hold until one of these guys is dropped. Big mistake is not pushing and holding long enough. It can take several seconds. That's just how it is. I think that's everything I need to go through, so let's unpause and just get it done now. Double check our master arm is on and TGP is on. Yeah, that's fine. Full power, let's go. We want to be roughly level, but we can be in a small decline or incline. That is our path vector. We can have it on the horizon line there, roughly. Trim ourselves out, make it a nice, easy ride. Right, so I've got to concentrate on getting my IAM on top of the steering circle now. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate, because remember, these are guided bombs. They will guide themselves to the target, a little bit to the right. Now we're going to concentrate on our IAM. Quick cursory glance, check we're on target still, and we are. And just concentrate on lining this thing up now. Now you can see our triangle markers are moving. And at some point, our range is now, and you can. I'm going to have to pause it there, I think. When it is between these two guys, we've got manual release highlighted, and that means we can fire. So we're going to fire now. Press and hold weapon release. Wait until the bomb drops. Check the bomb has dropped. Right, it's going to have It's going to have 18 seconds of flight time, as you can see. So I'm going to set myself up in autopilot, get myself nice and comfy, to watch the bomb go down. Where is the autopilot? There it is. There it goes. I wish I brought the £2,000 version now, never mind. Kaboomy! And that is the incredible accuracy of these bombs. They're super cool, like I said. Right.
Warning, autopilot.
I'm sorry, what? Right, yeah. Next we can go around for another target. So all we're going to do now is redesignate by... Let me get my wing out of the way. I can't. That's kind of annoying. Redesignate by moving this cross here. First of all, we've got to make it soy, center of interest, so coolie right long. And next we're going to have to turn around because our wing or something is in the way of the camera of the TGP. There we go. We've got it. So... Quiet, please. I'm going to get that guy there. Get everything set up. SPI, HUD back to soy. Select our GBA. Oh, sorry, it was already selected. My bad. Create SPI with TMS up long. Or TMS forward long. I always say forward instead of up because I'm silly. And we can go straight in from here. We may have left it too late. Let's see. You never know. And drop there. And it's dropped. Kaboomy! That's it. Super easy weapon. And that's the really best thing about it. It's just easy. You can't get it wrong. Nothing else to say on that. I hope that helps and see you later.